All right. I wanted to start keeping a audio journal with photos, a photo slideshow journal about my running, my training. This is the end of week 0 before the 18-week training program starts. I've kind of created my own marathon. I'm doing the full marathon for the first time. I did the half last year in just under an hour and 35 minutes, and looking to pretty much double that this year. I ran into some injury issues that I'm overcoming and have overcome. I'm learning how to run smarter and injury-free this year is one of my big goals. So we'll see how that goes. Strengthening my legs is part of that, trying to limit my hard workout days to 2 a week, not including the long run. Tuesday and Friday is what I'm going for my workouts. If I know I can't get out for a full run on Friday for whatever reason, then I'll try to do that workout on Thursday. So that's the goal. As you're listening to this, there are some pictures that you can see on the slideshow. I'm just scrolling. You might hear a beep. I'm just scrolling through my little camera to look at them. There's one of a swing set in a nice little park. This is where I've been working on my upper body during lunch breaks at work. I'm doing pull-ups on that swing set. I've gotten up to do about 50 in a pretty short time, under 10 minutes. Some days I'll try to start out with 10 and see how many sets of 10 I can do before I have to start doing 5 or so. I'd love to be able to do 5 sets of 10 in a short amount of time, but I haven't quite got there yet. Other days I'll do like 10 reps of 5, which is pretty easy actually. So I'd like to improve. I just saw this Bruce Lee remake, or not remake, but Bruce Lee's story. It's called The Birth of Bruce Lee, I think. That's coming out, and there's a clip of him doing these pull-up variations where he's up, his chin's over the bar, and he's just going like side to side with his chin over the bar the whole time, chin over each hand, back and forth. I was thinking maybe I'd look up some pull-up drills and start switching it up a bit. But I'd love to be able to get up to do 20 in a row. I might be able to now. Anyway, I'm trying to not just run, but to work on the whole package and try to be a healthy person, a well person, all around, and have a strong upper body too. So that's part. So something I read about running injury-free was had to do with being more of an athlete, thinking of yourself as an athlete and not a runner. So there's that. I try to do that Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And then today I went out for about an hour and a half. Tried to find the shortest. This is my long run today. It's Sunday as I'm recording this. And I tried to find the most direct route from my house to the mountains nearby. And in about an hour and in less than 40 minutes, I got to the edge of the mountain. And so I spent the last 10 or 15 minutes of my run going up onto a trail that looked really fun. So I'm excited for when the long runs get longer, just to keep trekking through that trail with the goal. The reason I'm not running just on flat ground, even though I'm training for a marathon, is because I'm working towards a 70-kilometer ultra, 71 actually, that I'd like to do this spring. If I decide to scratch that, then I'll try to do a 50K or 50 mile in August in the States. You can see some other photos I took from the bridge to cross the river to get over to the mountains. You can see, a nice little town, a little tiny tea plantation, some tea bushes, green tea bushes, and there's the river there. So overall, I had a great day running. And I was talking about the plan that I'm using. It's sort of my own design. Using a little bit from Fitz, Fit, Fitzinger. It's 1555 plan, 15 weeks, 55 miles at the peak week. And then it's a little bit more focused on using Matt Fitzgerald's plan, some of his plans in his 80/20 running book. So I got a watch coming in the mail with a heart rate monitor hooked up to it and GPS. So I'm going to really be focusing on my slow running, and I have a lot of drills that I do. Mostly the drills I try to get in almost every day are backwards running, skipping, and heel kicks. But then on my leg days, so when I'm not doing pull-ups, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, I'm working on leg strength, and I use a balance board. It's called a slant board, you might have heard it called, where I work on foot and leg, lower leg strength, ankle strength, foot strength, and really noticing good results there. And obviously that helps with balance too, which is good for remaining injury-free. And then what else am I doing? So one-legged squats on those days. I have some stretch bands to do some, I think they're called negatives on my legs, where the injuries on my inner thigh, that it gets stiff still. There's no acute pain, but what I'll do is I'll put the tension out and then slowly bring the leg back in. Sort of like doing a negative pull-up. I've read that that's a good way to strengthen the injured area. I did rest it, of course, but one thing that I've read is that, yeah, it's good to rest, but it's also good to strengthen that area. A combination of both. This is from Anatomy for Runners, which is a great book. I can try to post the links to these books somewhere, maybe on my blog, or I think it's on my blog, ajsnookauthor.blogspot.com. Anyway, I'm a runner, teacher, writer, based in Western Japan, and training for a marathon, trying to be an overall healthy person. So please check out that blog. There's a link to the Reddit community that's I try to stay active in. There's not many people chatting, but I try to put up links to cool videos. I've also just started a Reddit running videos. It's just running videos is the name of the subreddit that I'm going to be interested in adding to. So please add to that, or say hi in any of those places if you'd want to say hi. And I'm pretty much a beginner runner. I've been running for a couple of years, but since the injury, I didn't really research on how to run, or all of the different facets of running. I thought running was something either you were good at or weren't, and I didn't think I was great at running. I was always a decent sprinter, but thought, oh, distance running, not for me. I'm not a distance person, and I've changed my mind about that. There's a lot to learn and a lot to grow. And then in the end, when you're old, in your 30s like me, it's not about beating other people. It's about just beating yourself. It's about improving as a person, and I think running can help you do that. So that brings me to another book I've just finished called The Runner's Guide to the Meaning of Life by Amby Burfoot. If you don't know him, he's a editor at Runner's World, and he won the Boston Marathon in 1967, I think. And he, at the end of the book, lists some of his favorite people and favorite books, and one is a book called The Courage to Start by John Bingham, which I have not read, but he talks a lot about running as a metaphor and about all the starting lines that we mosey on up to in life. And in that book, the writer, Mr. Bingham, says it is distance, not speed,